Hello, everybody.
Hey everyone.
It's great to be with you today. We're so excited. We've got so many fun things to share with you today.
Yeah, this one is going to be a fun one. So it's
Yeah,
one of my favorites. So
yeah,
we're just getting the stream going everywhere. So give us
yeah.
one little second and I think we got it going.
Yay!
All
Awesome.
right.
So
Hello
excited.
everyone.
Hello, hello. So great to be with you today. We are so excited to share some of our all-time favorite finds on Amazon
Yeah.
for the upcoming. Can you believe Memorial
No,
Weekend?
it's
It's like,
crazy to me that it's already Memorial Day.
oh my God.
Yeah. It snuck up on me for sure, for sure.
Oh my gosh, this year is flying by so fast, but we can't complain for 3-day long holiday
Yep.
weekends. So I'm loving it. We're super excited about it. We're getting ready. Hillary's getting ready, and we want to get everybody else ready to go so that they have just a nice family get together. It is, it's not like a super happy holiday. This is a tribute and memorial to those we love and lost. But it's also a time to get together with family to remember those people that are close in our heart, with good cookouts and good
Yep.
food and family and all that good stuff. And so we've got a lot of fun things to share with you today that we are excited about. Josie's excited about food and family and all the kinds of things. But Hillary's got a great selection to share with you today. I will pipe in with a few things. Next week we're going to flip the switch and I'm going to get to share some
Yep.
fun outdoor things, and Hillary will get to kind of just chat along with us. But thank you for being with us today. We're really excited to have you with us. And if you don't know who we are, we're the co-founders of Hound Hugger DIY. As I said, I'm Patty, and we've got Hillary here, and you'll
Hello
see our
everybody.
pups.
Yep.
Every time we go live, you're going to see, most likely see our pups around. Oh, there's Hank.
We
I
got a
love it.
Hank. You'll hear
Yeah.
him and probably see him. I got Hazel
Yeah.
snoozing over in the corner. So
Yeah.
yeah, let us
Yeah.
know if you got pups in your life. Let us know their names in the comments. We'd love to.
Yeah.
We'd love to know.
Exactly. Exactly. So we're
So
dog moms and DIY content creators, and we love shopping on Amazon. So
yep. Yeah, and I have, so as Patty mentioned, we have a really fun lineup. Kind of getting ready for Memorial Day. To me, that sort of whole weekend is sort of the
Mhm.
kickoff to summer in my mind.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
this is sort of lineup of some of those summer favorites, in particular grilling favorites, and um, a little backstory about me in general. So, if you ask my husband, he would say I have an unhealthy obsession with coolers and outside doormats. These are two of my, like, I do not know if there could ever be enough of coolers and outdoor doormats. So I love them. And the first one I'm going to feature is this cooler is incredible. It's basically like made to last a lifetime. I love this one. We've taken it on a road trip actually to visit Patty when she was in Florida. So it's gone from South Dakota to Florida. Food stayed frozen the entire time, over a 2,000-mile trip. Like,
That's
this thing
amazing.
is insane. So this
That is
is
amazing.
the Canyon Cooler Mule, and so this is their 30-quart cooler, and it's wheeled, which I love. Those wheels are indestructible. The thing is built like a tank. Like, you really can do anything with this. So and it's got fantastic latches. Like, they're just, everything on it is incredibly well built.
Wow.
You might even say overbuilt. So the company is from Flagstaff, Arizona, and the founder
Oh,
created it because he did whitewater rafting and was having so much trouble with coolers that just didn't hold up to the task. So
yeah.
this
Yeah.
is roto-molded plastic, kayak plastic. So it is
Wow.
going to last and last. It actually keeps ice frozen 5 to 7 days. Like, it, all of the features are like so well thought out. It works incredibly well, and it has these so you can kind of see right there, it has straight walls, so you're not wasting any space
Yeah.
in the actual inside of the cooler. which is awesome. It's got areas where you can strap it down, whether you want to put it on the back of a truck or a side by side, something like that. And you can strap it down, but still open the cooler and still use the cooler.
Oh,
it's
wow.
got a built-in bottle opener, which is
cool.
right there, which is awesome. This is the drain plug. You don't have to absolutely take it all the way out to drain. And then the jungle bungee cord here on the top that you can use to, and Hank loves this. This was his first road trip was with this cooler. So for him, whenever he sees this thing come out, he thinks, oh, we're doing something fun. So this is a little bit of a love letter from Hank and me about this cooler. So
I love that.
I love this thing. And it's got a lifetime warranty. So there's a telescoping handle. And the really cool thing is with that handle up, you can still open the cooler and use it because again, they've thought of everything in the design for this particular cooler. Like I know it might sound silly, but this is like the way to my heart is a well-designed cooler.
Well, you know, when you want to keep things cold, and in particular, I remember on that trip when you were coming down to visit us, we were just traveling to, sorry, that's Josie playing with her toys. When you were coming down to visit us, we were there temporarily, but you know, it was a fun place to stop and see us. You wanted to keep things frozen, right? For a long period of time. And I know I have tried so many different coolers that yes, it'll keep it cool for a while, but you want to rush to, you know, like get to the hotel, fill it back up with ice, because by the time, you know, you're in the car for 8 to 10 hours or more, everything in there might be chilled, but it's not cold, and it's certainly not frozen anymore, right? So I love the fact that you were able to keep things frozen. The other thing that I'm impressed with, I do remember you bringing it, but as I'm looking at this video, the thing that impresses me as well is how thick those walls are.
Yes.
Like that's crazy to me, that how insulated that is. That's what must be what keeps everything so cold for so long, because typically like a cooler, the walls in it might be an inch, maybe an inch and a half thick. Those look nice and thick so that, you know, everything inside is going to stay nice and cold for a long, long time. So that's really impressive. I love the little bungee cords on top too, that you can store and carry extra things.
Yeah,
including
it's perfect.
Including a dachshund, which is great. That's awesome. What a great find.
Yeah. And this, like, so it is an investment. This is one that it's going to last you for years and years.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but it also, they have a no hassle lifetime warranty from this company. So if something like if a latch breaks or if you need a new, whatever it might be, just email them. And they have a really incredible warranty for all the parts and pieces on this. So this one is amazing. You're seeing the one that I have here is the sandstone color, but right now, and there's obviously other sizes as well. So that is, you know, you can get whatever you may need as far as sizing. Yeah. I just love this one it's a super convenient. It's a great size for like average kind of travel, but it's also perfect, as you were saying, because it keeps things like truly frozen.
Yes.
Great for hunters, great for fishing, great like
camping.
Like, yep. It is a really good one. And there are also like, I'm not sure if you have to get sort of bars to include with it, but some of the coolers that they have are also rated for in national parks if you need bear-proof storage. So these actually qualify as bear-proof storage as well. Oh, wow. So again, that's something else to think about if you're camping and stuff like that. So let me. And
it looks like the lighter gray color is on sale.
Yeah, I'm just gonna pull up an image.
Amazing.
Of that one if I can find it.
And if you think about you say this is an investment, but think about how many times. So on a particular trip, actually down to Florida to see my folks over the wintertime, I had bought stuff that needed to stay frozen. And I thought, well, no problem. we're going to be in a hotel tonight. I can throw the ice in the cooler and all that stuff. I spent $75 on frozen foods that I could only get here that I wanted to
Yep.
bring there. And by the time we got to the hotel, I had to pitch them.
Oh,
They were thawed, they were rotten, I mean, there's no way I could take another day on the road and ensure that they were going to stay frozen and safe. So you're spending money up front on something like this to save money on the stuff that could go bad, right?
yep.
Like, so it's totally worth it to invest in something like this because you never know. I mean, when it could come in handy where you need to keep something frozen. I mean, think if the power goes out at your
Yep.
house and you want to keep stuff frozen for several more days, ensure that it stays nice and cold. Yeah, or if you're camping or anything like that, sometimes you need medications to stay frozen. You know, certainly, definitely there are foods that need to stay frozen. You don't want thawed until you're ready to cook them. So yeah, this is a great, great product. I love this.
Yeah. And I love the company. It is amazing. Like if you read the testimonials,
Yeah.
people like you can hear how much I love it, but it really is that sort of once you see it, feel it, use it, that brand loyalty is almost immediate because you're like, this thing is going to last me a lifetime. So as I was saying, I have the white one that is linked as well, and that one happens to be 15% off. So there are some different colors. Obviously, there's different sizes, but definitely check if you're not like color particular. Check on which one has a great deal right now, and yeah, you can grab those as well. So that my all-time favorite cooler so far, but I have another cooler here in the mix that we'll be talking about in a little bit. But one of the other things that actually like helped so much with keeping everything frozen was our Arctic ices. So I've got a couple of them here. So they have different versions of these, and I've linked both two different ones, but you'll see there's a bunch of different sizes and a bunch of different styles. So this one here is the Tundra series. So this keeps things incredibly frozen. So from like 5 degrees Fahrenheit. So things are frozen.
Yeah.
When you want something, if you're using it as an ice chest and you have things in there that you want actually frozen, I actually use these even when I'm just using it as ice. So what they do is you leave these in your freezer. Once you're ready to use them, pop them in your cooler, and then you can add your ice to your cooler and whatever else, the other things that you're going to be adding to your cooler. And these sort of sacrifice themselves first. So they kind of keep your ice frozen longer. It maintains the life of your ice longer. So, and you could just use them if you didn't want to put ice in at all. And you had frozen food or frozen fish, whatever it is, you can use these, kind of stack them in throughout your food, and everything, leave that lid closed, and everything's going to stay nice and frozen. So these ones are, like I said, the Tundra series. So these ones have a really low temperature rating. And then there are also,
I like the handles on them.
Yeah. And so my bias again, these ones, it's different than just an ice pack that's just the
gel or whatever.
That you're just throwing into the freezer and it freezes. These ones are like over designed. They really are designed to actually work. So these ones, this is the Alaska series, the one that I showed before. The ones that I have are the Tundra series. The Alaska series is for if you're just using the cooler as a cooler. So you don't want things to potentially freeze, because if you have something sitting up close to the Tundra ones, they could potentially freeze. So that's the idea for these ones. It'll keep everything cold. Again, it sacrifices itself before it lets that ice melt. So that's another, like, it's sort of a game changer if you've tried to maintain, or like a road trip, or you're going camping through the weekend and you need that cooler to actually last all weekend.
Yeah.
Things like this are going to help immensely at preserving that ice and getting that longevity out of
That's
your
awesome.
cooler. The
Yeah.
other thing obviously is keeping that cooler closed. So that's
Mhm.
one that is just if you've had some, like, some coolers are a little bit, the tops are a little finicky. You think
Yeah.
they're all the way closed, but they haven't quite closed down that
Yeah.
gasket or things like that.
There's not a
And
seal on
then,
them. Yeah.
yeah, then you come back to it and realize, oh shoot, this was, this was not as closed as I thought it was. Or the kids, kind of leave it open, that sort of thing. Like
Yep.
things like this will help to ensure the
That's nice.
length of your cooling time. So
That's nice. That's great. One of my brothers lives in a big city and with a really great ice cream place. And every time he goes to visit my mom, she loves coffee ice cream, and he'll go and get coffee ice cream and put it in a cooler and take it to her. And it would be great to have these on
yeah,
hand to know that your ice cream isn't going to melt
yep.
in the 2 hours that it takes you to get to where you're going or whatever. So yeah, I love these. These are great. To be able to extend the life, keep things frozen. Oh, Ninja, that's a great brand.
So this is I don't have this one, but this is the one that has caught my eye this year because it's a new design. So this
Dear
one
Santa.
Yes, this one
Dear
I
Santa.
feel like is perfect for lake days, boat days, that sort of thing, because not only does it's a Ninja, so a great design product, but it also it has a drawer, so
cool.
everything stays cold, but there's no wet. So if you want to have your sandwiches or things like that you want them to stay cool, or snacks, anything like that, they can stay cool in that drawer. Everything is it's under the ice line, and so everything's staying nice and cold, but it's still
not going to
be totally dry. It's not just a basket in there that you're having to lift out and try to move around and everything's getting shifted. The drawer is just its own thing. I'm going to try to pull up another image here, but this one is on my wish list. Again, you can never have too many coolers as far as I'm concerned. Well,
coolers are great too when you're hosting a party at home and you're running out of freezer space or refrigerator space because you're making multiples of things for a dozen or more people, right? And so you run out of that space at home. It's great to turn to a cooler. Now you're not traveling anywhere, but you've got that extra refrigeration space or freezer space that you can use for either to prepare an event that you're going to host, or to use it during the event, right? So that's nice. I love that. Oh, look at that. How clever.
Here's the drawer area. So this is the dry zone. I think this is the smartest idea. Like I love this.
I've never heard of it. Yeah, that's great. How clever.
So, and it's a little larger than the Canyon that I showed earlier. And again, I think this is perfect for like the lake days, the, going camping, that sort of thing. Places where you're going to want snacks.
Yeah.
And cold drinks or whatever else that you need to have on hand.
I love that.
So,
yeah.
And Ninja, I love the products that they made. I
was just going to say that.
That I've been disappointed in. So I definitely think if you're in the market, this is a new design, and every review that I've seen so far, and everyone that I've seen like videos and using it, that they've all said great things about it. The blue one, so there are different colors of this one as well.
Okay.
The blue one happens to be 17% off, so that's also great place to save a little.
Save $50. So yeah.
Yep.
That's awesome.
So again, coolers are my love language. So there's a couple of my top picks for the year. So
that's awesome.
And then next let me just pull up. I'm going to remove a few things so that we can get a little more space here.
Yeah. What's nice about your love of coolers and everything is that you've done the work. Like you've done the hard part of finding what works, what doesn't work, what's your favorite. You've tried things over the years. And that's so important for me and for our viewers who haven't done quite that much investigation, or maybe we've just tried the same old, you know, you go
Yep.
with Coleman or whatever, like you go with the thing, you know. So these are really great finds. And think about somebody that, you know, there's Father's Day coming up, right?
Absolutely.
I mean, these would be fantastic gifts. You and your siblings could all go in on it, and give your dad a great, any one of these items that we're going to be talking about today would be great gifts for Father's Day too. So.
Yeah. And speaking of Father's Day, so we've got some grilling stuff coming up, and this happens to be, this is one of my favorite kind of spice companies. So Fire and Smoke, they make, I haven't found one yet that I wasn't blown away by. And I've got, so this is a set, but I've got the fishmonger here. So the fishmonger is amazing. Obviously, fish, it works fantastic. But the one that is the sleeper that actually kind of turned me on to, okay, I'm going to try the fishmonger too, is the Greek. It's incredible. It's incredible. I love the variety of spices. They really have a nice blend. I've been impressed with every single one that I've tried. This particular kit right here is 14% off. It's a great way. So these ones I think are a little smaller containers than this one here, but these ones, it's a great way to try out a variety from the brand, and you're going to find something that you're going to like it on. It's like, it's going to be fantastic for shrimp, or, you know, if you have fish people in your life that love to grill or cook fish, you know, you take a little slab of cedar, have some salmon on there, you just pop this right on there. It is ready to go. Sounds great. Is fantastic. They come out great. It doesn't overpower.
Like, I can see. Oh man, you're making me hungry. It sounds good. It sounds really good.
This one I love. The fishmonger and the Greek are two of my most favorite. Now in the next set, so I've got another one here.
Garlic one sounds good though too. I love garlic.
So this one is, again, a kind of trial set. This Potato Slayer, and you can see I've just got the tiniest little bit left. This is our most used spice. I use this
That's awesome.
On almost, it's fantastic on potatoes, but I use this on all kinds of vegetables. But what I really love it on is eggs. Like, it's the perfect egg blend. So like when you're scrambling eggs or doing whatever, this is amazing in eggs. If you're making egg bites, those sort of things, it's just the perfect combination. So do not think that you can only use it for potatoes. Use it for whatever the heck you want. It is a fantastic spice blend. And then the other one that is amazing, especially for brisket, is that Longhorn. Okay. It's got a little bit of heat. It's not too much heat, but it's got a fantastic flavor profile for beef. I love it. And like I said, the entire brand, the entire lineup is amazing. I haven't found one that I didn't like. And these would be so fun if you know somebody that loves to grill, likes to try out new spices, that sort of thing. These are really fun little collections to give them a try for the different for this particular brand. They are fantastic. I could not recommend them enough. You will find one that you love in this.
I'm sure. That's awesome.
And then next we actually have your grill. So let me pull up
perfect
image for that one.
All right. Awesome. So yeah, we got this grill about 7-8 years ago. It is still holding up, guns ablazing. It's really, really well built. It's a nice smaller profile, so kind of a compact size. So I would say this grill is not for like grill masters, right? This takes the place of your average like barbecue grill. And for us anyway, for our family, we have a small family, so we don't have a ton of people. I would say my favorite aspect about this is it's a 3-in-1. So not only is it a grill, but it also has a smoker and a roaster area. So inside that tank is an open area with a basket. Yeah, you can see, you can put your up to a 25-pound turkey in that basket, and you can roast it as is. And then in the front of that picture, there's a little square rectangular compartment with a little handle on it, and that's where the wood chips go. So if you want to use it as a smoker, you open up that little section, that little compartment, and throw your wood chips in there, close the lid, and it becomes a smoker. It cooks really, really fast. So it uses what it calls this infrared technology. The flame is at the very bottom of the grill, and it's super low. So one of my favorite things about using it is it's so easy to cook everything moist and tender and juicy. The other part that I like about it, because I use the grill part more than the roaster or the smoker part of it, is I don't have to worry about flame ups,
Yeah.
And I'm, with the grease or whatever that comes off of whatever you're cooking, a burger or whatever, you're always getting flame ups and you're getting charred meat and all this stuff if you're not watching it carefully. Never have to worry about that. It's a nice, even cook surface, so you don't have to worry about hot spots and cold spots and all that kind of stuff. And it's so quick and easy to start. It just has a little turn knob to start it, and it starts right up. It is propane. It uses a propane tank for energy. So that's really nice. It's portable. You can easily move it to wherever you need to go. I kind of keep ours stationary, but I like the fact that it is portable. You can pull it out. If you want to tuck yours under your patio awning for storage and then pull it out, it's super easy to move. You do have to put it together. So it comes in parts and pieces, but honestly, it's not hard to put together at all. It went together very easily for me, and the instructions are nice and clear. It's called the Big Easy Grill. It's from a company called Charbroil. I'm trying to look at my notes here if I missed anything. I'm covered everything so far. I love this. I've read the reviews, and people are really impressed with the quality, how well it's worked. Somebody said they had theirs for 12 years and they're buying another one, not to replace the one that they've had for 10 or 12 years, but because they have a vacation home and they want to have one there as well. So I really enjoyed this grill. I love the fact that it makes it so easy. The grilling part makes it so easy. You're not having to worry. Like I said, you don't have to worry about hot spots. You don't have to worry about flare-ups. You don't have to worry about any of that. You have full control over the amount of the height of the flame. So you can do all kinds of things to make sure that you're getting the right temperature for your meats. And again, one of my all-time favorite parts is that you can use it to smoke or roast meats as well. Often in the reviews, most people that I saw were using it for a roaster or a smoker. Now, if you're like a smoker, extraordinaire, this is not the tool for you. This is for like beginners or somebody who does it, every so often. This is not anything that is going to give you, that master smoke kind of experience, but it does create, everybody has said, even if they're not as impressed with this, like their master barbecuers or whatever, they're still impressed with how juicy and tender and wonderful the meats turn out. So there hasn't been anybody complain about the quality of the food that they end up getting, the ease of cooking that they end up getting. It's just not, it doesn't have all the bells and whistles and everything that you need to like have a full blown smoker and stuff like that. But I love it. If you want to have a smoked turkey for Thanksgiving every year, like this would be the perfect thing to do,
Yeah,
it also,
I love the design of it. It's a really cool because it's got that barrel design. So you really are keeping that food moist. So if you're roasting, it's going to be a really nice moist roast after you get done, like after you use it. So yeah.
Right. Yeah. It gives a really nice low flame, but the way that the infrared heat comes around, it's kind of like a conductive heating. And so it cooks evenly around your meats without having to worry about anything being charred or burnt or things like, obviously you can, if you're walking away and you're not paying attention, you can burn meats no matter what. But it's not like a typical grill. I was always on because I love to grill in my family. And so I was always having to have a glass of water, by the grill to douse any like big flame ups as I'm grilling. I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. And I'm going to have to check out some of those grilling spices that you talked about, because those sound perfect for using on this grill as well. But I really love it. We have one, my parents have one. It's really just something that super easy to use. The other thing I would say is the grilling surface. If you're a family of 2 to 4 people, or you're cooking for 2 to 4 people at a time, that's probably the surface is perfect for that. If you're grilling for more, which we have done, you just have to know that the grilling surface isn't huge. So you just kind of prepare for that. So you're just grilling in batches, right? If you're grilling for a larger audience, a larger grouping. But yeah, I love it. It's perfect for us. It's really, really well made. We leave it outside all year round, winter, summer, spring, fall. We do have a cover for it, so it does help protect it a little bit. I've read some reviews. I think the person that had theirs for 10 or 12 years said they covered it for the first few years, and then the last, I don't know, 5 or 6, they just stopped covering it, and it still's holding up great. But yeah, it's a great one if you're looking for something that makes cooking quicker, easier, but keeps everything juicy, tender, moist, all that good stuff, and still gives you that flexibility of using it as a grill, a smoker, a roaster. Somebody even said they bake with it. So so it's really cool.
This one, it seems like it's definitely like the utility knife, and I could see having this for your like an RV or some larger RV, something like that. So, or tailgating, because it isn't huge. Like you can take it with you if you wanted to. It is portable enough for that. So
exactly.
That is a cool one.
Yeah, it's really worked well for our family. Definitely recommend.
I have got, so the one that you'll see in the video here is not the one I have linked, but this is our Blackstone. So we're just making some smash burgers on the Blackstone here. And this is a 36-inch. The one that I have linked is also a 36-inch. Ours is a 36-inch. And just adding in some vegetables here. So we love using the Blackstone. It's it's fun just to have the griddle. Like, obviously you can do smash burgers, things like that, your vegetables out there, fried rice, obviously breakfast. So pancakes, eggs, all of those sorts of things. This is something that gets used year round on our patio. So that is our 36-inch Blackstone. The one that I have linked here is, because they didn't have my exact model, is this one here. So again, a 36-inch version. And it's got the 4 burner modes. So
nice.
That was one of the things. So we love to cook for parties and things. So for ours, we like having that huge, large surface area. So you can do lots of things over a large area. And honestly, I don't know, we might eat a lot because we use it. We use the whole darn thing for almost every time we're cooking on it. So that's, so this one, it's great. Like Blackstone just makes a wonderful product. Ours is held up. We've had it for a couple years now. It's held up really, really well. Love the surface of it. Obviously you have to be mindful of conditioning it, getting it conditioned that first time that you're using it, and then continuing to condition it afterwards. And I have something that'll help out here in a little bit with that. But it's easy to clean. It's easy to like work with. And I love the fact that it's obviously propane. It's a push start. Like, it's no muss, no fuss. You can just go out there and get to cooking, which is fantastic. Nice. So this one here that I have linked is the 36-inch. This one does not come with a lid. So the other thing that I have linked as well, and I will pull up a little image of this one too, is this, let's see, where did it go? Is this Blackstone lid. So this sits right in on top, and I highly recommend. This one is 50% off right now.
Oh,
so
wow.
This one fits on the 36-inch griddle. If you are getting one that doesn't have a lid on it, grab this separate lid. It's worth it. You're gonna want it. It just
Mm-hmm.
keeps it protected,
Mm-hmm.
keeps that surface that you have protected.
Yeah.
All the seasoning that you're working on building up and
Mm-hmm.
all that sort of stuff. And then any critters, dust, bugs, all that sort of
Yep.
stuff.
Yeah.
You want to protect it. So especially
Yeah.
if you can get it 50% off, I highly recommend grabbing that if you're getting a version that doesn't have the lid to it. So that one,
Nice.
so much fun to cook on. It comes in a variety of sizes. I'm obviously showing the large one here, the 36
Mm-hmm.
incher. The Blackstones come in a bunch of different size varieties. So if you don't need one that big, you can definitely find one that'll kind of fit your area and what you need for your family. And yeah, I was worried because we've always been a grill family. We've had charcoal grills, we have pellet grills, we have smokers. I was worried because I was like, do we really need another thing for cooking? And this was a Christmas present for my husband a couple years ago, and we have used it a ton. I'm so glad that we went ahead and got
That's
it.
awesome.
It is like, it's one of those things. Do you need it? Well, once you have it, you might realize, yeah, this has been missing in my life.
What did we do without this? What did we do
Yes.
before this came into our life?
So,
awesome.
and obviously, if you are going to be grabbing a Blackstone, it's great to take care of them. So we do have the griddle conditioning also.
Good.
So you can see this is after we've cleaned it, but after you clean it, you're also going to want to condition it. So we just use the Blackstone griddle conditioning. It's super easy. The first time you use it, there's like step-by-step instructions that are really simple right on the jar. And then after you get done cooking with it each time, you can just use a thin layer that helps to condition that cooking surface. So, and you'll see it sort of smokes up off of there. You just let it smoke off. You don't want, less is more, especially when you're doing, so not the first seasoning, but after you've already seasoned it, after you've cooked on it for a few times, just using a little bit to kind of keep that surface conditioned and stuff. It really does help maintain the life of the griddle and keep it working well so that you can enjoy your Blackstone for years to come. This one is on sale as well. There's also, if you click that link, I think there's also a version with a 2-pack of it, which would be a great way to get a little savings too. So highly recommend. There are obviously other like home kind of remedy versions of these things, but I love this one. It's super simple, and I love the instructions are right on it. So even if it's not you, like let's say somebody else is staying with you or using your griddle, that sort of thing, they can understand how to use it, how to keep it conditioned.
Yeah.
Like it just takes the guesswork out of it. You know that it's a Blackstone, it's made for a Blackstone. So again, like it just take all the guesswork out of it and make it easy. So that one is our Blackstone griddle. Love that. But we also, this one might take me a couple seconds here just to grab up some pictures. So sorry.
No, you're fine. It just, talking about it makes me think of about a couple years ago, I ran across somebody on Instagram that uses a Blackstone, and they just come on each time and cook something different. And I'm mesmerized by all the things that you can make on a Blackstone. I had no idea. Like, it's crazy what they come up with.
It's really fun. Like it's a fun place to, like go and do breakfast or do brunch, and you're cooking right out there on the deck or whatever.
That's so nice.
It's fun. So this is a small version. We also, so as I mentioned, we do have a pellet smoker grill. We have the Pit Boss. We have a larger version than this one. This one happens to be 20% off. So I've grabbed this one. It's, again, it has like a 5-pound hopper for your pellets, which is perfect. So if you're smoking something that's going to take a while, you've got enough pellet capacity to really hold up and get through a cook without having to worry about needing to fill up that pellet hopper. Just going to grab a couple more images here. So here, that's the pellet hopper. So, and Pit Boss has their own pellets. So you could also use other pellets. One of the things that's really fun about this, especially for smoking, is using the different flavors of pellets and kind of playing around with that and realizing what it is you like or don't like. And if you like really intense flavors like the mesquites and things like that, or if hickory, another really intense flavor, or some of like the fruitier types of woods, the apple woods, and then there's obviously blends of some of those. So it's really fun to be able to play around not only with your seasoning. So I had some of those listed earlier. So your seasoning that's going on your meats, but also that smoke is also imparting a ton of flavor in whatever it is that you're cooking. So that's really fun. It's a really fun way to kind of experiment as well. Like, and these electric pellet grills make it so easy to smoke. So we've done smoking in a bunch of different versions and varieties of ways to smoke. The pellets, they just make it easy, and it doubles as a grill. So you can use it as a grill. You can use it as a smoker. Let me grab another picture here.
That's awesome.
And the reason why we picked the Pit Boss in particular, and I'll try to see if I can find it's kind of hard because there's no good picture of it, but the reason why we chose the Pit Boss in particular was because so inside the grill area, you have a place where you can kind of slide open the flame compartment. So you can have an open flame if you want to. And a lot of pellet grills do not have that. They just have, your sort of cooking area. You can get it to high temperatures and everything like that, but you don't have that open flame. The Pit Boss is one of the ones that did have that. And that was one of the deciding factors for us on going with the Pit Boss versus some other brands. And we've really liked that, because the nice thing is then you really are using it not only as a smoker, not only as almost like an oven sort of feature if you wanted to, but you get that open flame if you want to, if you're wanting some of that open flame cooking as well. So
that's nice.
This one, like I said, 20% off is a great price for it. They are built really well. They hold up nicely. And there's a variety of sizes that you can look for, whatever's going to work best for your family.
That's so nice.
And the capacity, the hopper capacity is really nice. So that 5-pound hopper capacity is going to let you get through a nice big cook if you need to. So that one is my other
awesome
grill version.
If you're do you cook your briskets on? Do you smoke briskets at all on here?
Yep.
So how long does a brisket usually last? Is that like a 10-hour, 8-hour kind of?
It just depends on it depends on the piece of meat. It's not just size. So sometimes it's the fat content in that piece of meat. There's so many different variables to the cook times. So yeah, it could be 10, 12 hours and up. Like it just depends on a bunch of different factors, but ribs, all sorts of things that we've even cheese. So a really fun one to do is doing like different cheeses and smoking cheeses on there. Or if you are making kind of melted cheese, kind of queso, you still get a little bit of that smoky flavor that's imparted in there.
That's cool.
Deviled eggs. I think we've done like a deviled egg kind of, So there's a ton of really fun ways to add that little bit of extra kind of flavor incorporated, that smokiness incorporated into your food.
All right. Before you go on, what's your favorite, so what kind of flavor pellets would you use? What kind of woods would you use for like a brisket? Do you use the fruitier ones, or do you use more of like a hickory or mesquite, or?
So I like the apple woods and
the lighter ones,
a little bit more mellow flavor for those. That's what I, especially if I'm doing pork or something like that, I'll kind of lean towards the apples. Pecan is one of my all-time favorites because it's that right in between. and it just imparts a really fun flavor to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mesquite, I have to have, if it's a blend, I can't do straight mesquite. I have to
Okay.
do it as a blend, and it has to be kind of on the lower end, just because
Yep.
it can easily overpower. And
Take
hickory the
over.
same way. It can
Yeah.
kind of overpower some of those other flavors that you're looking
Yeah.
for. So,
Yeah.
but they've all got their place for sure.
Oh no, I
But
know. I mean, I love hickory smoked salmon and things
Yep.
like that. So yeah.
Yep. But I love like pecan. That's one that people don't think about a lot.
No.
And I highly recommend. I love it. We had pecan trees in our yard in Arizona, so we
Oh,
would
yeah.
do pecan with our charcoal grills and things like that. So yeah, I love pecan. Some of our favorite restaurants used kind of pecan exclusively for their meats
Oh,
and
neat.
things like that. So I think that's what. Ever since that, it's just
Yeah.
it's a nostalgic, but it also is delicious. And
Yeah. That's
That's,
awesome.
that's another one. Now I also have some little grilling extras. If you're looking for some things that'll make your life a little bit easier as you're grilling, because it can obviously get kind of messy, kind of hot, kind of dangerous, all that sort of stuff. So I've got these. This is a 4-pack, these cotton gloves. So they're heat resistant gloves. And what I
Oh.
actually use these for is you put these on, but then, because this is just heat resistance, and your grill's, got soot and all sorts of things. So
Right.
these get pretty
Right.
messy. So you also take your nitrile gloves, and I have those linked as well. These are the
Okay.
Venom Steel nitrile gloves. I love these. They are super durable, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
But what you do is you just layer them. So now you can pick the meat up directly
Yeah.
if you need to. You
Yeah.
have 2 gloves, you have fingers, you have
Yeah.
and if you're pulling apart doing pulled pork or something like that,
Right.
you can use your hands and get in there and
Nice.
actually go to town. Or when you're prepping, you don't need the cotton glove obviously underneath.
Right.
But when you're prepping, I use these nitrile gloves all the time, just to you're dealing with raw meat, all that sort of stuff.
Mhm.
It just
Yeah.
keeps things easier, less messy. So yeah, these ones, you'll notice these are a little large. My husband has a lot bigger hands than me, so we sort of this
Default
makes
to
it
his
easy.
size?
Yep,
Yes.
we default to him, and this makes it easier to put over the top of the cotton ones as well. But this is one of my favorite tips is just the combination between these two makes it
That's
so
a
much
great
easier
idea.
when
Yeah,
you're
really
when
great
you're
idea.
working with those. And then
And the
I do-
white gloves are on sale too.
Yep.
So, which is nice, that 4-pack.
Yep. So those are 8% off. Yeah. And like I said, you'll get a ton of use out of them. The nice thing is you can wash these as well. But eventually
Yeah.
barbecue is a messy thing. So
Yeah.
eventually you're going to need to kind of rotate these out. So it's nice to get a pack of them because
Mhm.
they're not going to last you forever. So yeah,
Right.
you just
Right.
kind of rotate them as you need to. And then
That's fine.
nitriles, obviously you can pop these on. I think I can't remember which pack I have linked here, but kind of a large box. This one's a 50
Okay.
box, but I think the one that I have linked is even larger than that. But you definitely go through them. So, and these work. This is not only for barbecuing. You could obviously use these for whatever else you needed to. If you're painting, if you're doing auto work, any of that sort of stuff. These are great. They really hold up. They have both. So the black on the outside, the white on the inside, and it makes it really easy to see if you've got a nick in it, if there's a tear in it, that sort of thing. And they're super durable. They're way heavier duty than the average disposable glove.
Yeah.
So I like these ones. Highly, highly recommend. We've used them for years and years. Really, really like them. And then I have one more other pair of gloves. And these are these large
cool.
grilling gloves. So the nice thing about these, they're really well insulated. Let me see. Hank thinks that we're barbecuing. And so he's very interested.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
What the heck is going on here? So he knows the coolers.
Yep.
He knows
Yep.
all the little bits and
They're
pieces that
clever.
are.
They're
Yep.
clever.
So
And it all relates to food. So
exactly. These are great because they are all rubber on this bottom part. They've got some nice grippy texture. They're really nice and thick, and so they will protect your hands from the heat. And then they're easy to clean from here on down, which is really nice too.
That's great.
So these are another one. I like the this is sort of, you're popping your hands in, they're already clean, you're grabbing something off the grill, that sort of thing. The other ones, the combo, are for your prepping. You're doing, like, from kind of start to the middle. These guys are going to be a game changer for you. So I love both of those options, and I've linked them below. I hope you all have enjoyed this one as much as I
love
have.
it.
This is some of, like, summertime and getting out there, getting on the grill. Now, honestly, we use our grills and the Blackstone all year round. So it isn't just a summertime thing for us. We use it all the time. But there is something, it puts an extra smile to my face when it's like, okay, it's the season. It's so fun. And and if you're planning on grabbing, like, now's the time. So take advantage, get something on a deal, get it while it's on sale, and then have the friends, the family come over and enjoy it. Like, these are the memories that you sort of kind of build traditions around these things.
Yes.
It's so fun. Like, this is the time of year to, like, just celebrate and spend time with friends and family. So
these are all the things that can help you create memories that'll last a lifetime. So this is great. We're going to be talking about some things, similar outdoor things, next week that will also continue kind of the memory building, which is going to be so much fun. I can't wait to share those with you as well. But thanks so much, everybody, for being with us today. As you can see, Hillary just lights up when she talks about this, and it's infectious. Like, it makes me want to get involved and learn more and do all the things. And certainly, as I said, we've got Memorial Day weekend coming up. So it's perfect for that. But also Father's Day is coming up.
Yes.
4th of July is coming up. There's lots of really great opportunities to gift to your loved ones or gift to yourself so that you can continue making these memories that'll last a long, long time. And of course, pups included.
Yes.
as Hank will tell you, he wants to be included.
he loves the grilling. He loves the cooler. Like, he immediately, as soon as he saw it getting pulled out, he definitely was like, oh, what are we doing? We're doing something fun. So,
exactly.
I love this time of year. I love all of these, it's just so fun. I love cooking for family. Like, it's one of the things that really warms my heart. So we hope we've inspired you to grab a couple of things that were on your list, or grab a couple of things for gifts for people on your list. And as Patty mentioned, be sure to join us next week, because we have some more outdoor fun that I get to sit back and I get to watch Patty tell us about some of her favorite things.
Exactly. Thanks, everybody, for being with us today. Have a great rest of your week. Have a wonderful Memorial Day weekend with family and friends. Make it extra special. Bye, everybody.